Hey everyone, Trash to Cash podcast, episode 38. Thank you for coming. As always, we have Resale and Carrie, American Arbitrage, with us on the show. Kevin didn't show up, so...
Kevin hasn't showed up. He's just a mess.
Well, I like how Caleb's name also says Phoenix, so if you guys don't know...
I realize I maybe should have taken advantage of that branding opportunity there.
Yeah.
A little subscribe to Phoenix Resale right now.
Exactly, man.
We can add it in post.
Yeah, we could get you like that 20 sub bump that you're looking for, Caleb.
Yeah, well, maybe just put it right over my face.
That's good. I like it.
Most optimal.
Just sub here, just right over the whole episode.
If we can get all our subs to subscribe to Caleb, it'll be like an hour of his normal sub activity. So that'll be good.
Too kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we don't know what happened to Kevin. He said he'd be here on time, and then I saw him like on his story drinking a Baja Blast with alcohol in it. I don't know what that was all
exactly.
about. I don't think
he's probably
supposed to do that, mixing your uppers and your downers.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, and it's true. He's got other pills he's taken too, some of that Viagra, but it's the generic stuff. Whatever the generic Viagra is, he's definitely taken that.
I love it.
Yeah,
he loves it.
He's got his vitamins, everything. He's taking all the pills. So he might show up if he doesn't. I think Caleb is a fine replacement, don't you, Carrie?
Yeah, I think it's awesome, man. He's right now the what is it? Centrix Silver, the Centrum Silver?
That's it. Yeah, the Centrum Silver.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
He's ODing on that. Let's hope not. Actually, that's too far.
Ooh, ODing on it. Okay. So we were already talking. Yeah. Me and Caleb and Carrie were talking behind the scenes a little bit about YouTube and content creation and stuff like that. And we said, we should just start. Can't be waiting here for Kevin all night, right?
It's true.
Yeah, it could be forever.
It could be forever. I mean, he might be having one of those difficult bowel movements that the elderly have. We just don't know.
It's true.
Do you know that my grandpa got to a point, Caleb, and this is what we want to talk to you about mostly is this next topic, where when I'd see him in the nursing home, he would tell me with glee, I had a bowel movement today, David. And I'd be like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, I was really excited. So, that's what, you got someone coming in the room with you.
Elsie, come here. Come on.
Oh, you got a doggo? Carrie, where's your dog?
Petrified.
My dog's in the other room.
Dude, is it crazy where you are too? It sounds like I'm in a war zone.
Yeah, it's like kind of medium here, but any like loud external noises she does not do well with. So she's not going to have a great week here.
What breed is she?
She's a Bernese Mountain Dog Poodle, which I highly recommend. They're great. Like regular poodle mixes can be kind of crazy, like kind of hyper, but Bernese's, they kind of like to sleep all day. So she's like fairly mellow compared to most poodle mixes, but still doesn't shed and stuff. It's great.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'll trade mine in right now. Actually, my dog's pretty good. My wife was out of town all week, and I was just home alone with the dog, and she followed me everywhere, just like attached to my hip. And no matter where I was, like she had to be touching me, which normally she ignores me when I've got the wife and kids here. But this whole week, she's been like my best friend. It's kind of nice. When I have those random anxiety attacks because I'm lonely, as Carrie sits there in his lonely bachelor life for the last 30 years.
That's true, man. My dog, Dawn, was gone for like 2 days this last week, and he just literally laid down by the door. That's all he did, by the door. You know how he is. He just whines every second she's not here. So thankfully he was in a different room just sleeping most of the day, so that was good.
Yeah. I want to tell you, Caleb, that I was in a meeting. So I still have a day job, right? And in my day job, I have meetings with some big companies and stuff like that. And there's a fairly large company. And I'm in with their product team, their product development team, like 5 guys in there. And he's like noticing the stuff behind me, right? Like my collectibles and stuff like that. He's like, wow, you got a lot of cool stuff. It reminds me of a guy I watch on YouTube all the time. I don't know if you've heard of him, Phoenix Resale. And I was like, yeah, I've heard of Caleb. And so this guy lives in London, right? And he's just randomly, oh, hey, Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome.
We already started without you.
I'm glad you're here.
Hey, everybody, so please welcome our special guest tonight,
Kevin.
Jeez, I've already been kicked off the show. Caleb, it's all yours. You can have these 2 guys. I will gift wrap them and ship them.
Oh man, he was just waiting for the chance.
I know. Did bingo night ran late then? Is that what happened?
We were doing some fireworks.
Shuffleboard or something?
Yeah.
Were you playing pickleball again, Kev? I like that hat though with the American flag. That's cool.
That's cool. That's
very
patriotic,
yeah.
Folksy, whimsical.
That's impressive. But yeah, Caleb, I just thought that was kind of cool that this guy just like he knew of the whole niche because of you. niche, because of Caleb Phoenix Resale. And I was like, yeah, me and him are best friends. Help me close the deal. So thank you for that.
I love it.
If he ever asks you, just say, yeah, Dave, best friend. Mm-hmm, yep.
I would have anyway.
It's good you cut that $1 million PO. So Kevin, you've got baked chips in the background. That's a first, folksy.
You've got baked chips.
Yeah,
it's got a sponsor right there, Lay's.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Of, Kevin's drug use, we were just talking about.
We were talking about your Centrum Silver.
Yeah, I said you OD'd on it, and I've regretted that for the last 5 minutes. Yeah, that was too far. I feel bad now.
Caleb, we always start the show with the outfit check. Who are you wearing tonight?
Oh, who am I wearing? I am wearing. You know what? I'm glad you asked.
Good.
Because I would say, ignore the shorts because these are just. I never wear these. But this right here is a built shirt. BYLT. It's one of those like kind of fancy foo-foo Instagram brands, like direct to consumer that is all about like quality and stuff like that. And like I'm a firm believer in life in simple pleasures, right? So I'll give you one example also in clothing. I have like, I don't know, probably 25 pairs of socks.
Wow.
For summer and winter. And the reason is when I like go and do some yard work or I like go for a walk or I'm outsourcing or whatever and I'm starting to feel a little sweaty on the feet, I just change them. Midday, I'm not taking a shower, I'm not going to bed, I swap them out and I feel like a king every time.
Wow.
And it's a $9 pair of socks,
That's cool.
It's
just like Mr. Rogers. Mr.
Yeah.
He sings a song while he's doing it.
Folksy, really folksy.
Wow. A $9 pair of socks. I get like 12 pairs for $9 at the Goodwill. I swear, they last forever, dude.
Well, and Carrie,
change them then. You could be every hour, just new pair, boom, boom.
That's
boom,
true. I literally usually don't wash them. I just lose them and I just buy more. So it's probably a lot less cost effective for me.
It's gonna be the trashy awards. The red carpets. Like, who are you wearing tonight? Salvation Army, Goodwill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yard sale.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I wish I could say that more.
No, it doesn't. We've never done it before. I was just trying to throw you for a loop. Carrie, who are you wearing though? Now we're started. We got to finish.
No, this is awesome. Yeah, no, I've got a vintage Mighty Ducks hat I wear every day.
Nice.
I've got a 3X.
He doesn't change it. He doesn't feel like a kid.
No, exactly. 3XL Walmart black shirt, and I got jean shorts from Walmart, and I thought jean shorts were pretty. Yeah, I thought those were douchey forever, but they're kind of comfortable, man. It's not jorts, dude. I'm not.
Okay,
it's not Jinkos, dude. It's like straight up hipster. I love it.
I would be ensconced in velvet if you'd allow me to.
Why? How am I preventing you?
It's a Seinfeld quote. Carrie, jean shorts, they are still douchey. They can be comfortable and douchey. It's not like mutually exclusive that they can only be comfy if they're not douchey. So you're comfy and douchey. That's fine.
That's fair. I can accept that.
Silver tab jean shorts are good sellers, though.
Oh my gosh, Kevin!
I'm wearing Chernok's Connection.
Okay, are you wearing pants this time or no?
Sponsor.
He always forgets his pants.
No pants, just tidy whities, guys.
Caleb's like, what is even happening on this show?
Well, I'm just thinking, I don't really see jorts as douchey, personally.
No.
I think more like 25-year-old worship pastor.
Oh, well, Carrie is.
Oh, there we go. I'm 38. I'd happily take 25-year-old worship pastor.
Yeah.
Does Retro Rick wear those? No, not
That's
Retro
a good
Rick
person to be. No, I don't think so.
He probably wears.
How dare you?
He probably rock some skinny jeans, I would bet.
I bet it could. No doubt.
Okay, what we really talk
Dave,
about.
what
on
are
the
you wearing?
Me?
Dave, what are you wearing?
Bucky's shirt from the gas station and some basketball shorts that are stained in paint. What's that, Caleb?
People swear by Bucky's.
I love me some Bucky's. Right down the road, too. So it's like, Yeah, you know what's cool, Caleb, is I can go buy Bucky's beaver nuggies and sell them on Whatnot for like $10 more than I pay for them. So it's a great flip. It's like, so remember Kellogg's Corn Pops, the cereal?
Uh-huh.
It's like that, but in a snack form that's like much larger and a little bit chewier, like crunchier. So it's like, it's just junk food. It's literally
Nuggier.
They sell them for $4 at Bucky's, and you can sell them for like 12 on Whatnot. These are the flips that we do. I don't know if you're doing bigger flips like graded games or something, but we try to just grade beaver nuggets. That's all we do specifically. Okay, so Caleb has a channel, guys. We got to at least introduce you. I'm sure everyone already knows you, but Caleb has a channel where he does reselling, and he's kind of ultra niche down into the video game category. Caleb, what made you really want to focus on video games? We're not doing an interview, but this is one question. It's the one question I had. It's the only question. The only question for the night is I was curious. I was curious if you tried to start a reselling channel or if you tried to start a video gaming channel. That's all I was curious about.
Well, I am curious. Is there like a rule that you're not supposed to ask questions to your guests?
Well, we try not to be too formal on this show. We're allowed
supposed to be
questions.
a member of this show tonight, as opposed to the focus of the show.
Yeah, we want you in our world where we can go down 20, 30-minute rabbit holes about whatever. That's kind of how we do it.
Because as a YouTuber, I hate attention.
Good. Yes. Yeah. See, and actually, Caleb messaged me and said, "You better ask me 30 questions and talk only about me." So I'm just trying to cater to him.
I want him to tee me up real good to make myself look good. So the question was,
gaming or reselling? What was the
YouTuber
focus?
First or video game YouTuber? So it definitely started out for me resale. Now I would say it's like.
Gotcha.
I would say it's maybe 60% like video game collecting oriented, but almost everything that I do in that realm has a reseller twist.
Okay.
Because I don't ever like want to stop like my I don't know if you say my primary at this point, but like my main job is reselling.
Right.
But what I found is that the more I can cater to both crowds, the better. Because there are way more people who are interested in video games out there than reselling.
100%.
So that definitely helps. And I started noticing over time, because if you go back far enough in my channel, it was totally miscellaneous. It was like yard sale video and then, thrift stores and whatever. I did a lot of pawn shop game and electronics hunting and stuff too. But I noticed that the more people could kind of know what to expect from my channel, the more success I would have. And once I did start to gain some subscribers and could kind of see the difference in numbers, I would notice that, if I was doing like one video game series over here and then I posted like a regular yard sale video where I don't find much video games and that's not really in the branding, my audience didn't really connect with it as much.
You notice he said that his main job was reselling, but you noticed that he didn't say his main income was reselling.
That's true. At this point, that's true.
Yeah.
I remember, Caleb, Dave's not a connoisseur of fine YouTube content like me and Carrie are. So I remember when he was much more so reselling and then shifted.
I do as well.
Shifted a little bit. I was really big. I liked the pawn shop stuff early on. And I remember you being smaller in my channel, to be honest with you. And I'm like, this dude is
he's very jealous, as you can tell.
Yeah, he's super jealous.
I'm very surprised that you thought that, because I look back at my first videos where like 90% of them are me sitting in the front seat of my car being like, I got this at a pawn shop, I got this, whoa. And I'm like, I don't even understand how a few hundred people watch this.
Look,
it's always shocking that people watch our content, especially
100%. I have no idea what's wrong with them at all.
I not only thought that, I sent you a message, and if you go back before you hit 10,000, I sent you that message. You probably don't. It's like, who's this dude? But I'm like, you're gonna.
No, I do.
It's because you have the discipline to do it. I don't want to butter you up here. We're supposed to be mean to you, but. You could just see that I'm like, this guy's got the discipline to put in the work and to do it all the time. And you could see the progression. Things just kept getting better. It's like Dave's videos are the same. They've never got any better.
No,
it's all
still
the
working.
Same font,
plateaued.
Matter of fact, he uses the same font, or he used to use the same font as you, Dave, but he would have really a lot of success.
Yeah, but he's just got better content.
Exact same font.
Yeah.
Exact same.
Better voice, better face, better flips. Bangers and mash.
No. It was the color where it's like 3-toned color. It was like red, yellow, orange throughout the text. I'll find a video. Dave will look it up.
It's the nerdiest stuff I've ever heard in my life.
For the longest time, I just used impact, and Kevin might be just talking about like a, just the color changing throughout the text. What the heck is that called? I can't remember. Radial?
I just use bangers.
Gradient. Yes, gradient. Yeah. Yeah, bangers.
I could talk about fonts for the next half hour.
Well, I finally gave in, Caleb.
Yeah,
I finally gave in this week and went over to Canva because all these people are using Canva.
Wait, what were you using?
I was just using Figma, which is just like
Figma?
paint on steroids, basically.
What's wrong with that's what use Mario Paint or whatever.
No, and it's like, but there is some nice fonts in Canva, and I've started to use Code Pro Bold. And my videos are doing a lot better. I'm getting a lot of like 1s, 2s, and 3s ever since I switched it up from Impact. So
classy but edgy. I like it.
with this background color. I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. I tried some crazy ones. I tried like a carnival font and all that.
I'd work on your videos personally, but this is interesting.
No. If we can just make... I remember, dude, Caleb is like the king of changing his thumbnail 30 times, right? He's like, you'll look and you'll be like, oh, did he do 2 videos today? It's like, no, the thumbnail just changed.
Yeah.
So that's the strategy.
Lately. If you look, the strategy is his face with a goofy grin lately. About a third of his thumbnails are him just smiling, big grin.
No,
like
the strategy, Kevin, is if you can change it enough, then people will just watch the same video 3 times. It really helps you get the views racked up because the thumbnail keeps changing.
Trying to complete my GameCube collection. Look at that one, Dave. Go check that
one
out.
Oh, GameCube collection is the one that Johnny said he found you through. He said your GameCube videos,
this
like
is
you're completing your GameCube. Is that's how he discovered you, Caleb. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
That's something that a lot of people have really resonated with, probably more than anything on my channel, honestly. The progression and being able to see an update each time, and like the satisfaction of putting games on the shelf, and also the journey of getting there. And like I think I really like that format, so it's something that
it's sales, man. I try. You like that? Did you come up?
Yeah, I'm looking at his face.
Look at that.
But dude, my faces are just as bad on my NC Flipper. I'm like,
but here, are you
good?
Caleb, are you at the point now where you could just like not have your face, not have any text on your thumbnail? And because I see like the big YouTubers, they just have like a captivating image, not necessarily with them in it, no text, and it works. I get it. I'm like, that looks interesting.
Man, I could seriously talk about thumbnails for an entire day.
Well, don't do that on here. Don't do that on here.
This isn't.
I won't.
Not the platform.
That's what your
because
Instagram
I had to bring up NC Pickers since he brought it up.
Builder.
And honestly, here's the thing. Why I don't really understand why you switched, given that it looks like all of your highest.
He's critiquing. He charges
really
on his Patreon. He charges for this.
Are like red, yellow, white, all impact.
They are impact. You're right. But I just haven't had a hit in like 7 months, Caleb. I feel discouraged. Okay. And so I feel like I have to change something because I've had no bangers, as we're saying bangers, in so long.
All right. I won't bore these guys with it, but I have literally sat down with people over Zoom and like roasted their thumbnails for an hour before. And not as if, I actually know what the heck I'm doing, but I think that's one of the biggest areas that I've just obsessed over the last 2 years. So if that would be helpful to you at some point, I would love it. It's like my favorite.
That sounds amazing. We're gonna set that up.
Go to mine. Mine is a mess. Mine's a mess, and I need a lot of help. No, it's so terrible, dude. You're gonna get upset, I think, visibly.
Dude, you know what though, Caleb?
Everybody at home, go on to American Arbitrage.
That's right.
No, the first thumbnail he's gonna see is that crappy one I did for our impromptu live last night.
That's true.
It is. That's true. And that one's probably the worst.
Oh, well, it was like in 5 minutes as a joke.
I think sweaty headband's my favorite.
Sweaty headband is pretty quality. Sweaty headband.
You're right. You really do wear that hat every day.
He does. It smells awful. It smells like cheese. Like a weird cheese, like a Gruyere kind of mixed with a brie. I sniffed it when I was visiting him.
I'll get rid of it soon. I'm going to wear it to shreds and then get rid of it. So.
Yeah. Well, no, Caleb, I'll take you up on that, man, because I could use some guidance on that for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to. Anytime but this next week, I'm going to be out of town. I'm actually shooting a whole
that's what he does, Dave. That's what he does. I'm like, hey, how about a party
No,
127? He's like, yeah, I'm all in. And then, yeah, but what's the date on that? I can't do that. He bailed on the 127.
I heard he offered to help you with your thumbnails, and you said, no, we have to do it in person.
Yeah.
Like some sort of weird, creepy Craigslist guy, like, come to my house, Caleb, and then you can show me.
I do not. Okay, this is a bad example because I literally just did it. But in general, I don't go around asking to help people with their thumbnails.
Yeah, don't go messaging or Caleb.
I promise.
Don't.
You're gonna have like 50
ask
Instagram messages.
How many people ask you where in Phoenix you live?
Oh, I just learned you're not in Phoenix like a month ago.
Yeah. At this point, I can't tell the difference because I've complained about it enough between people who are sincere and people who are trolling me.
Are you in Lexington? You're in Kentucky somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lexington,
Lexington.
Or yeah. And I went and did like some picking with Kayla last summer, and I didn't realize you were in. I still thought you were in Arizona at that time.
You're
and
lucky, because if he knew you were there, he probably would have picked you instead of Kay. He was just purely trying to.
Yeah, no, I probably would have said hey to you.
I was watching a video where you were going to pawn shops, and it was like in Kentucky, and I was so confused. I'm like, he's on vacation in Kentucky, just going to pawn shops. He's that big now; he can just travel to pawn shops in different states. I was so confused. But now
what I really need guidance on, me and Kevin both, and maybe even Carrie too, Caleb. We all need guidance on this because none of us are willing to spend more than like $2 on a flip, and you're out there spending like $300 to flip something.
Yeah.
And we're out there like, hey, how much for this plush? 50 cents? Ooh, would you do a quarter? And I see his videos, and he's like, yeah, I'll give you $400 for that. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
well, one of the luxuries of niching down the way that I have is that you start to know oftentimes I've sold the same game dozens of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when you are able to like buy people's collections and buy in bulk, and suddenly like you're listing a game multiple times over the course of a year, you can buy with a lot more confidence rather
it's
than
the way Dave feels when he's doing DVDs. That's basically what
$4 DVD.
He's an expert. He's an expert.
I've sold that $3 DVD 12.
Can I lose 75 cents on this? Yes, I can. Let's do it.
I'm in. I'm doing it. Yeah.
What's the most expensive DVD you've sold or set?
$8.
I don't know. I mean, Tess on the Criterion copy of Tess sold for like 80 recently. I mean, they're not worth tons of money. They're just.
But if you came across 5 of them for $40,
yeah, I would buy those. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like me with ashtrays. I know, when I see that pile of ashtrays, I niche down. I got it. I got a dead
ashtrays, Tupperware lids.
It's good. The high dollar stuff. VHS.
Walking sticks.
Some good VHS.
Yeah, we could probably keep naming things that you've niched down on for the next hour.
That's how focused he is.
I think so. We did a random impromptu live stream last night, and it was awful. Like, if you want to just watch some absolute garbage, you just got to go watch that. But
I was embarrassed to be in the chat.
Did you see the part, Kevin, where we did our encore, where we closed the stream and then we came back, or did you get tricked up by that?
Oh, I did not see the comeback.
We came back.
I didn't know how to get out of the stream.
And I found a fun game. It's called Rip the Card Unless Carrie Does Something. And so, like, I'd say, hey, Carrie, because he's, like, obsessed with cards, Caleb. Like, he loves cards more than you love video games, all right? He sleeps with them in his pockets. He's got some in his bra. It's, like, everything. He puts them everywhere.
And yes,
he wears a bra to bed. His man's ear. And so last night I was like making him do things like, I'm gonna rip this card if you don't get me ketchup, and he had to run and get ketchup. It was really fun. I think that's a new live game I'm onto.
It's what resellers want.
Caleb, you don't do lives, but I see you doing a ton of shorts lately, so tell me about your shorts. Not your shorts, but your shorts.
Mine are Umbro and Jenko, personally. I don't know what you wear.
So I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. So one thing that happened recently is this guy, apparently early on in my channel, I applied for what's called the YouTube Partner Program. I, at the time, just thought that was like getting monetized, and I didn't know what it was. Well, I didn't get a response on it. I don't know what triggered it. Maybe it's like a certain growth rate or a certain subscriber count or something like that. But someone from YouTube reached out like 4 months ago and was like, hey, I'm your like YouTube rep. You've been accepted into the partner program, and I'm just here to, answer questions for you every month or so, and we'll Skype, and I'll help you analyze stuff and all that. I was like, that's my favorite thing to do. This is amazing.
Did you ask if he was from Nigeria?
Yeah, it
had me $1,000 in Walmart gift cards, and we can get on Zoom.
Z, kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, our first meeting, super cool guy. I was asking him about a few of my creators that I've been watching grow really fast, and we're talking like millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
Not like you, Dave.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's a foreign concept to all of us.
Slow road.
And he looked in the camera and said one word: shorts. And we were talking in particular about one channel that had in the last year gone from like around 100,000 to 700,000 subscribers. Shorts. And I was like, okay, I've been on the fence about this for a long time. I've dabbled in TikToks. But ultimately I decided previously that like if I can put effort into either making better videos or making shorts, I probably should just do videos because like also I don't know how it interrupts like the algorithm, and I don't like know all these things. But Jace, the YouTube guy, telling me, dude, you got to get on shorts was what pushed me over the edge. And so my strategy since then has pretty much just been finding little aspects of the business that I think are interesting that could go anywhere from 7 to 59 seconds and crafting a mini story and posting that and just seeing how it does.
So I've been doing shorts, and I've been watching your channel the last month or so, and because I've been doing shorts and put them on another channel, and they, for a channel that had no views, it was doing okay. And I'm like, can you integrate these things successfully? Is it going to hurt the long form? And you're the model. I mean, I'm seeing it. It seems like both things are feeding off each other.
Yeah, what I've found is that, and what channel are your shorts on?
Garage Sale Nation. Garage Sale Nation.
Never heard of it.
It's terrible.
No one has. It used to be Commonwealth Auction House, where he'd auction off his underwear once they got holes in them. But now he's just doing this Facebook thing, and
that's OnlyFans only now. That's behind a paywall.
Yeah, if you want to buy his underpants. So I was always concerned, like Kevin said, that if you get a bunch of shorts subscribers, they're not going to watch your long form. You're not seeing any of that? Okay.
What I'm saying is that...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you got much more insight on this, please.
I feel like I've been
although you are talking to the king of shorts here, right here. You're talking.
No, but I'd love to. I'm being serious. That wasn't meant like offhand. Like seriously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it because I want to learn, man.
Yeah. So what I'm finding is that the audience for shorts and the audience for longs is very independent, right? So I don't know how much crossover there really is. It's hard. I haven't been able to find analytics on like you can see from looking at a certain short, for example, how many people return to your channel after seeing the short. But I so far have not been able to see how many people return to your channel and watched a full-length video after watching a short. That would be very valuable data for me. But what I'm seeing is that like I'm definitely gaining a lot of subscriber growth from shorts,
no doubt.
and I think they're reaching a very different audience.
And that helps you. And just since you're like the master shiller here, because I see ads. They tease me for shilling all the time, and I'm seeing your videos. Today's I don't know who the sponsor was, but you had one in there. I don't know if you've got any offers yet for your shorts. I mean, some of them are getting millions of views, but as far as doing sponsored stuff on your shorts, that may be something that's coming down the road too, which I think is interesting.
Could be.
I always thought it'd be cool if they'd replace likes, so you don't like a short or dislike it, you salute a short, right? You can salute your shorts.
Yeah, dude.
Throwback.
Look at that. Yeah,
had to bring it back to reselling. Sorry.
You could hey dude a short.
You could hey dude your short. You could angry monsters your shorts. Wait, is that what the name of that show was? Angry Monsters with the guy
honestly,
holding his eyeballs?
On a much more micro scale, especially with
monsters.
my YouTube. With my YouTube being so much smaller, I think they are totally different groups of people, the shorts people and your long form. Because I've noticed as long as I continue to do long form, that continues to grow or whatever it's at.
Well, it's shrinking.
Shorts is
No.
Yeah,
it's shrinking.
It's shrinking. It is shrinking.
But it continues to shrink.
It does continue. But Shorts is a good hack to get subscribers because every time I put a short up, I go 30, 40, 50 subs, which is a lot for me.
But what's a subscriber? It's a vanity digit, right? Or is it
But the
valuable?
vanity digits, yes, because I already have 800,000 TikTok subs. I have almost 100,000 Instagram. If my number on YouTube is 50 or 100, Yeah, in 3 degrees. But if I had 50 or 100,000, yes. If I had 50 or 100, let me say this, dude. If I had, this is a professional podcast.
Yes, yes. Okay, go ahead.
No, but if I had that number, that vanity metric at 50 or 100,000 YouTubes, subs or whatever they're called, nobody knows. That would look good. That would help me get more ads, money.
Oh, it's all about money. See, for me, it's about the passion of reselling, personally.
Well, have you not seen my videos? They're about passion. I'm obviously
sweaty headbands.
diving. Yeah, I'm just doing my thing.
They're also much more likely to subscribe to a channel that already has a ton of subscribers.
That's
true.
True.
There's no doubt about it. And if you come across a channel, it's like, oh, it's got 300,000 subs. It's like, I'm going to sub. Because there's a certain amount, I mean, peer pressure is not the right word, but if there's that many people who've already subbed, it already, by default has to be good, right?
Well, you can expect they'll continue producing solid content because they have that kind of audience. I think that's what that's all about. So
yeah, but I mean, your shorts go crazy on here. I mean, there are some that are just, what's the biggest one you have?
1.3 million. I was just looking. Yeah, I had his channel pulled up. But when I've tried shorts, people got mad at me, Caleb. Do your viewers, like your non-short viewers, put angry comments like, "Don't be a shorts channel"?
His viewers are far younger than your viewers. They're used to it already.
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
Well, I want to say no, but to be honest, I don't really read the comments that much.
You monster!
I know.
I don't either.
Big time. He's far too big for that, guys.
If I didn't notice the ratio of positive to negative comments getting a lot less favorable over time, I definitely would still do it. It's more of a mental health thing.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
At this point, I mean, I can bring them up right now and we'll see. Maybe I've gotten more sensitive over time.
Oh no, I can't handle it either. I just
read them and do videos about them on the Flipper
TikTok. TikTok helped me because I started on TikTok and it's just a cesspool. Just so many mean people. I got over it real quick.
They're kind of dumb too. Like the average TikTok commenter, the IQ is substantially lower than that.
It's definitely different. It's definitely different. If you do like Facebook Reels, a lot of times they don't even know where they are. They're in some sort of retirement home. They don't even know they're on Reels. They don't even know how to turn it off.
Carrie, I had a reel. I told you this. Go over 7 million. Over 7 million on Facebook.
You won't shut up about it.
And
because they're arguing about masks.
But I'm telling you, the worst comments ever come out of those highest videos. They come out of the highest.
So, what's your latest comment, Caleb? Like, if you just go to your channel, not Renix P-Sale. Those are probably all positive.
Yeah, I'm on the main channel. This guy's great. David, he says, the pizza flip at the end was awesome, bro. Love the videos. Get that money.
All right, Carrie, what's your latest comment?
I have to look.
Or Kevin, I'm ready. You ready for mine?
I don't.
Got any video games? This question is what I hate the most about picker channels. The fact that video games sell so well is proof of how lazy and pathetic our society has become. Asking for a popular item isn't what aggravates me. It's the fact that they are also so easy to list and ship, which makes the pickers seem as lazy as the buyers. That's my latest
seems
comment.
Pretty smart to pick something that will sell very quickly.
You should only resell things that are hard to sell, guys. Otherwise, you're lazy.
I did get this. I did get this on TikTok recently. You guys will appreciate. At least Dave will. No dolphin sounds this time. Kind of disappointed.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Kevin, what's your latest comment?
My internet takes a while. It's loading. So
it's still loading one comment.
He's got to put that AOL disc in.
I'm serious.
His wife is like brutal. Putting it on the typewriter now. She's like Morse code, just trying to get this next comment.
Have we interrupted Caleb enough for people to get mad at us?
They'll get mad
because people hate that.
If he's bringing people over here,
they're going to hate that.
Maybe.
Oh. Sorry, Caleb.
Okay, so did you find a negative comment?
No, I looked at like 10, and they were all pretty positive. So I think it must just be a personal issue. But the other reason is what tells a much more accurate story than comments is the analytics. So
absolutely.
That's what I focus on.
The engagement, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what do you look at?
Not even necessarily that, but like it'll give you metrics like this is how many people subscribed after watching this short.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, or like here's your short growth over time, or like that's the kind of thing that I try to look at. And then I'll also like if I'm concerned about that, I'll look at the view counts on my regular videos and see. Okay, like I posted 2 shorts between this long and this long. Does it seem like my second one is just as good quality, and what, is it going up or down? Does it seem to be having...
That's like a full-time job, analyzing all that.
Oh, yeah.
You can take so much time.
It's one of my favorite parts, though.
Yeah.
Other than thumbnails. Caleb, I've been trying to tell these guys exactly what you've just been saying. And I said, hey, it's not proven yet. We've had this conversation, and you know it, that, those shorts viewers aren't translating or whatever. I said the most important thing is growing the audience. And I think I don't have to argue with them anymore. I can say they don't listen. You say it, and they're like, okay.
I got plenty of successful TikToks I could throw on my channel and see what happens. I got one that has like 8 million views.
What do you have to lose? If you haven't had a hit in 7 months, like throw stuff against the wall,
Exactly, dude.
It is, dude. Well, like,
here we go.
Caleb
said it perfectly. I love that.
I've had steady growth, but nothing like boom, like a killer video.
But you should have had more growth. Yeah. Can we agree?
Yeah, that's what she said. But listen, here's my question, Caleb. What is your and this isn't, I want to ask everyone this. What is your guys' like most popular age group in your analytics for your YouTube channels? Like, because Kevin said Caleb has a younger channel. I assume Kevin has a very, very ancient channel. Like, if 65 plus is like 90% of your audience, something like that. Or do you know it off the top of your head, Kev?
Yeah.
What's your biggest group?
I don't remember the exact numbers. There's 10-year spread, but it's my age, essentially. It's
45 to 54?
Is that what it is? 45?
Yeah.
No.
I'm looking at 35 to 44.
35 to 44 and 45 to 54 are tied, I think, at like 29-ish%.
Wow. Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, what about you, Caleb?
Well, go ahead.
Mine also tied pretty much between 18 to 24 and 25 to 34.
18 to 24.
It's his
dude,
age.
way younger. Way
younger.
Wow.
And the shorts has even made it younger.
Which I will say one thing, that I actually planned my next series, because I actually am done shooting the GameCube Gambit at this point. They haven't all been uploaded. Mm-hmm. But that series I'm finished shooting, and I planned my next one in order to try to appeal to a slightly older audience.
Okay.
Well, this is
right. Kevin's a great test. What do you want, Kevin? Bedpans, hemorrhoid cream? Walkers, like, what kind of stuff should he be collecting?
CPAP machines.
Yeah.
And Dave, I'm telling you. See, you notice Dave doesn't want to mention his demo because it's exactly the same as mine. And
I'm gonna share my demo. My demo is I have 20% 55 to 64-year-olds, 20% 45 to 54-year-olds, 18.6% 35 to 44, and 17.5 25 to 34. And then 7%, I'm very balanced. And then I have 15% 65 plus. So I think mine is an incredibly balanced channel. I just have nothing in the 13 to 17, and my 18 to 24 is only 7. That's where I struggle, is the 18 to 24.
I'm almost 20% 18 to 24.
Well, it's because of your TikTok fans. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The TikTokers.
The talkers. So maybe I'm going to start posting shorts.
What about the females, Caleb? What about the females? How you doing with that demo? As a
4%.
It's gotten better. I'll give that to myself. It's gotten better. 7.6%.
Whoa, really?
Wow.
7%?
It's super lopsided.
Holy cow.
It used to be 4.
4%?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I thought I was struggling. Dave, what are you at? I'm at 41%.
46.
Depends on which channel. 46 on which channel?
Picker at 46% female, 53% male. Yeah.
Wow. Josh always tells me that the best thing I could do to grow my channel would be to have Erica in my videos more.
Yeah.
And he's probably right. It's 7% female. Like, I guarantee I'd get a large female sub growth if it was a woman was also here.
Yeah, my Flipper channel's got a lot more females than the Picker channel, but my kids are on there, my wife's on there from time to time, and it's just.
Well, I have a channel that almost exclusively appeals to females, and that's my 75% cooking channel. 75% of the viewers on my cooking channel are females, and then only 25% are male. So I do have the female audience. It's just in a totally different niche.
You're wearing a lot of tank tops in that one, though.
Yeah, that's true. Beach
How about
bod.
your fans only? Is that
no? It's onlyfeet.com.
OnlyFans,
yeah, no, only feet.
Only feet.
Yeah, it's only my feet. Yeah,
Mostly men.
It's mostly Carrie.
Yeah.
There's a 99-cent paywall. Dave will send you the 99 cents if you subscribe. So
absolutely. No, let's talk a little bit about reselling. So I actually listed on eBay this weekend. Did anyone else list on eBay this weekend?
Oh heck yeah, dude! All day, every day, except yesterday, but the other days.
How many listings, Carrie?
Oh, I did I was doing a lot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe like 50, 60, 70.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Total.
Oof.
I sold.
Kevin,
how
sold many?
34 items on Friday.
I've done maybe 10, 15.
Yeah, your employees, but how many did you do?
No,
Yeah.
that's me.
Oh, you did some yourself.
I don't know how many they
Oh,
did, but I
golf
did,
clap. What about you,
probably
Caleb? Do you still
double
sell games on eBay too, or where do you sell your
do.
games? Just Whatnot?
I sell, I think, primary at this point, easily Amazon. I sell almost all of
That's
my
right. I've seen you doing the scanning thing with the UPCs. I used to do that, then it banned me. But anyways, that's a separate topic.
Yeah, then at this point, second is Whatnot, and third is eBay.
My only suggestion with Amazon is don't leave a lot of money sitting in that account, because when they ban you, you don't get it back. So pull it out as often as possible.
Good advice.
When they eventually ban you for literally no reason at all, you're going to want to make sure you have as much money out of their thing as possible.
Although, let me ask you guys, you're much more eBay experts than I am. What's up with recently? Actually, it might not be eBay. It might be
Bonanza?
No, it might be. I was experimenting with Vendu. I was dabbling with Vendu the other week.
Oh yeah, you got to do Flip. We're paid to say that.
Yeah, Flip. FLYP.
Flip.
Not sponsored.
I'm trying
sponsored.
to. He doesn't want me so far.
What?
Yeah.
So can I give you a little inside baseball?
I don't know if I should say that.
If I went somewhere to learn,
we can cut it
about
out. Timestamp it. 4135.
No, I don't think it matters.
Dave, do you know the shill network that I brought to you? It actually originated with Caleb. Just I'm giving him credit for bringing that
my
towards you.
viewers are right about something then.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? They said that you're
the money.
Oh, you are all about the money. Oh,
Not a drop of passion in this wiry frame.
No, that's true. I heard that about you too.
Sinewy.
That's right. That's actually why he got us all on board here, is to save the FlipCon. You know, they couldn't sell all the tickets, see, so he got us
to say
to
nothing
promo
of
right
hey,
here.
Everybody, forget about subscribing to Phoenix Resale. Buy a ticket to FlipCon.
Go buy a ticket to
these
FlipCon.
lovely faces right here, right here, wherever they are.
Yeah, we're all going to be there for some reason.
This is the kickoff to the Phoenix Resale FlipCon. Josh isn't involved anymore. FlipCon versus the Reseller Remix Challenge.
Oh,
okay?
we're gonna
battle them.
You're gonna get me in so much trouble. I'm already in trouble because of last week.
My last week's
Why?
episode, I titled something about how Kerry was offended he wasn't invited to the Reseller Remix.
And the next week we have Caleb with FlipCon here. I look like such a shill.
Well, listen, FlipCon is an incredibly intelligent convention, guys. You should go. They're having the world's greatest podcast do a live show, mostly confirmed. Mostly confirmed. While you eat, stuff your faces, watch Kerry just embarrass himself on a stage.
I'm going to pour ketchup on my head. I don't care.
If you want to be on the podcast,
no pride.
You have to bring Baja Blast up to the
Is that what you
table.
this whole time?
Are you drinking Baja Blast, Kev?
No.
What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, it's
hot dog water. He was drinking hot dog water.
I don't ever disclose what I drink.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
It was made by a viewer, actually, with cerebral palsy. We did fundraisers.
I remember that, yeah.
She's awesome.
Wow.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So 7% female. You have a very big growth opportunity. That's cool. That's very
I know.
cool.
I don't know.
Honestly.
I mean, if I'm going to stay in video games, though, it's tough.
Well, is that the breakdown for
matter?
video games? Is it 7% of gamers are female? I don't buy that really.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
be surprised if that's about right.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's maybe on point.
Is there a female, like, big female gamer channel anywhere?
That
you can think of?
There are a couple
I
that
can't
are
think of any.
solidly mid-sized. I don't think there are any in my region, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Now you've got me thinking, what if I could figure out a way to do shorts for my cooking channel? That's the one I need to grow my audience on. And I need dude, Caleb, the problem is if you go to my cooking channel and go to my analytics and it says which videos are like people also watching, it's like your videos, Kevin's, Josh's, and it's a cooking channel.
What?
Well, because I've talked about it on my Flipper channel to let people know it exists, right? So I'm like crossing niches, which is maybe a problem.
So
but we'll see.
I'm curious, why do you have a flipping channel?
A flipping,
that's a very good point.
Yeah, I'm terrible at flipping. That's a good point. I don't ever make a profit. Why do I have a flipping?
It's a serious. Is it just like a passion project kind of a thing? Or
I think you meant why do you have a cooking channel?
Oh yeah, you mean cooking or flipping?
No, I mean cooking.
Yeah. Oh, you said flipping. I was like, well,
it's like a serious insult.
I said flipping.
That's a Freudian slip. You're so bad at this,
awesome.
Dave. No, I have a cooking channel because it's a passion project. Yeah, 100%. It's a passion project. But it would be cool if it grew and actually got into the cooking niche.
He likes to eat. Look at him.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that the flipper. Hey, there's my cat. There it is. Say hello, cat. Why? Go. The thing is, like, the people who are on the flipping channel, well, the ladies of my flipping channel do like my cooking channel, and they have super long retention. And I'm getting 1,000 views a video for just making food, and so that's like something I've always like dreamed of having is a cooking channel where I can cook and help people learn how to cook and stuff like that. Like not well, but like someone like Carrie who can only use a microwave. That's the kind of audience I'm looking for.
As long as Don puts in how long it's for, I can do it.
Yeah, because he accidentally sets the timer and he's like, "This Hot Pocket's still frozen."
1 hour.
I chipped my tooth again, Don. Carrie, you gotta hit time cook.
I don't know. I just put popcorn for everything. I just press popcorn and see what happens.
That's a great button. How does that work? It like knows when the popcorn's done. It's the modern marvels of science.
Caleb, this is what I have to deal with here. Yeah. Now you're experiencing. You have to break it up and refocus. Reselling.
Fourth quarter, guys. Let's talk
tried.
About
I said eBay. I did 95 listings this weekend, Kev. I was pretty proud of that.
Amazing.
And I cleared.
That's pretty impressive.
I cleared a whole shelf of inventory, so now I actually have a place to put my unlisted if I go shopping. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually the benefit of selling video games is you can just fit so many. Dude, if I was only selling video games, I could have like 50,000 games in my garage.
You wouldn't need it. If you price it right, they'll sell way quicker than 50,000.
Well, but I only buy video games that sell for $4.99 plus shipping. That's kind of my niche, is the $4.99. So if you're ever wondering who that guy is, that's me. We Race-A-Rama with a P stain on the cover. That's my niche right there. I sold that yesterday, and so I shipped it today.
Well, man, we need to do some business in the future then, because I've got plenty of those I can supply you with.
Excellent, yeah.
Dude, let's go.
I sold a copy of Dark Souls 2, right? And I go and I pull it out of my bin, and it's yellow, like literally yellow. And I smell it, and I'm like, this has pee on it. Like some dog or something urinated on this game. Well, Tina does a lot of my listing, and she must not have noticed
Tina
it.
under the bus.
But like maybe at the yard, because I've been to a yard sale where the guy's dog got out and he was peeing on like all the stuff on the ground. So it's possible that dog peed on this game and I never noticed it. And I've just been sitting in my inventory with urine. Hey guys, come by from my store. It might smell like urine, but 50-50.
It's a 50-50 chance. I love it, man. That was a great ad for your store right there.
Caleb, did you go to college?
I did, yep. University of Kentucky. Graduated with a degree in international studies and minored in Spanish and philosophy.
Hey, Spanish! You two should speak Spanish, Carrie.
Yeah, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, güey?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
The reason I asked...
Bueno.
Go ahead.
Keep talking Spanish,
I'm really using all three of those specializations now in my reseller YouTube career.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was asking. I like to always. I don't know your path to this. We talked a little bit at the reseller rally, but this didn't come up. So, what brought you to this point? I mean, what did you work? Did you have a job and then just like you're done?
Why are you here? Why are you here?
And your wife's a lawyer, right?
Not very well. And actually, the question, why am I here, that is something my philosophy degree will help with, but will require a lot more time.
True.
The way that I got into reselling was when Erica, my wife, we were in, I guess it would have been our second year of marriage. She was starting law school. We were living in an awful one-bedroom apartment, and I was looking for a way to make some extra money while I knew she would be like studying and stuff, being really busy with school. I think at the time I was working at a nonprofit.
Dave's? You were working for Dave?
That's right. He was peeing on my inventory for me. Caleb, this one doesn't have pee on it. Got it, Dave.
Dave is terrible. Just awful.
So I actually was working for a couple friends that I knew from college at a collectible coin wholesaling company, doing something not all that different from what I do now, which is like checking in packages that we had gotten from eBay or from other suppliers, and then like sometimes listing them on eBay or prepping them to go out the door to a different like industry buyer, buying and selling stuff. The problem was I sucked at it. And which was awkward because they were my friends, and also awkward because they were young dudes. He's spicing up my story with some visual ASMR over there.
Gary's dead inside.
Also awkward because they were my own age and not very relationally intelligent, and didn't really know how to fix that awkwardness very well. So anyways, as all that was happening, I started flipping, watching channels on YouTube like Gary V or Reezy Resells, and then I found Cincy Picker and like all these yard sale guys.
He said NC Picker, not Cincy Picker. Just saying.
That's exactly what I said. And I was like, I was looking around and I was just like, I don't think they're all that much smarter than me. I think I can probably do
He's
that
calling you
myself.
out, John.
If you're listening, take
I
that.
can see the thumbnail right now. I can see it.
Yeah, Phoenix Resale says Cincinnati Picker's an idiot.
That's true. I said his channel was going down. I can't live that one down.
So anyways, I was like, I'm going to go try this. And I started out flipping used books on Amazon and eventually made my way to like yard sales and just flipping random stuff on eBay at a very low buy cost though, because I started out with just $500, which from what I hear is about what Dave is working with now.
Yeah, that's actually my max.
A little less.
I don't have it anymore, but I had it at one point.
He doesn't take that much to a yard sale, do you, Dave?
No.
You don't take.
Well, no, I refi my house every weekend, and then I just use the equity in my home.
Yeah,
It keeps going up in value, so I keep getting a couple grand more. It's great.
So long story short, I got fired from my job with my friends.
Your buddies.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
I mean, because I can relate to that.
For Philly Flipper.
Yeah, I got fired. I went to work for a coffee shop while I was still learning to flip stuff. They had pity on me and were like, "Dude, you're making like $8 an hour over there. We can give you more than that to just do grunt work." Went back and they were like, maybe it wasn't actually you, maybe it was the position, and we just need to move you around, give you different responsibilities. 4 months later, they were like, "No, it was you." And,
Why do you suck so bad?
I know.
Wow.
It was like a crisis of identity for me too, because until then, all my jobs had loved me. Except being a teller, I wasn't the best teller.
Well, you took a lot of the money out of the till. That's
Caleb. You don't know this,
it.
but Carrie's been fired from every fast food restaurant in Utah.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They don't like it when you show up late and you eat their food and you don't get any of the job tasks.
So, dude, people would go order fries, Caleb, and Carrie would be like, "Oh, a large fry, okay. Well, anything else?" And you'd just be eating the customer's fries.
No, they loved me. I just didn't do the work part.
Carrie's like, "Yeah, this is animal style."
Yeah.
So much like you, Caleb, he married up. He's Don does. All
He married
his
a
work,
useful
a
person.
lawyer. You got a lawyer there, and Carrie's
Don's
got
not
Don.
a lawyer. Oh, Don's a pipe fitter. Yeah.
Yep. Union.
Kevin, do you not know that Dawn is a union pipe fitter?
You don't even know anything about. We're like so close, and this
Who
hurts.
are you? Who are you?
I'm talking about Caleb's
I know.
wife.
She's
is
a lawyer. I know. She's gonna get him out of all these lawsuits for stealing my Phoenix Reseller. I can't ever remember the name of that channel. Carrie said it really wrong last night on our live.
No, I thought it was Renix. It's Renix P-Cell, isn't it?
That's it.
The other channel.
Okay, so can we talk? Go
I
ahead.
still get a good number of DMs of people saying, "Hey, I think there's somebody with another channel called Renix P-Sale that's stealing your content." So I just wanted to make you aware of that. And it's like I reference Renix P-Sale in most Renix P-Sale videos, but they don't. For some reason, I'm like, "Hey, everybody who's watching a Renix P-Sale, this is my second channel. But some people are still, maybe they don't watch them at all.
So,
They're just like, huh.
speaking of DMs, Caleb, and I know Carrie and Kevin are kind of aware of this topic because it came up in the live last night.
Okay.
I got a bunch of DMs about Josh doing something sketchy.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened. Okay, now I want to start off. Let me start off by telling what I did on Saturday morning, and then we'll go to Josh's crime. So on Saturday morning, my mom comes to yard sale with me, and she's like, "Dave, I got you this at a yard sale," and she holds up this. She's terrible at buying things to flip. She holds up this Walmart, basically propane hose, right? A hose that connects to your grill, to your propane tank, and it's brand new, sealed in a Walmart packaging. And I was like, Mom, I don't really need more inventory. Why don't you take it to Walmart and return it? She's like, well, I didn't get it at Walmart. I don't have the receipt. I said, hey, I go do it anyways. I might take it like once a year. And so I really cannot judge Josh for what he did at all. What he did is he bought something at the bins from TJ Maxx with the tag on it, brand new, and he went and he returned it to TJ Maxx on his video. And so I got a bunch of messages saying that they thought that was evil. And so now it's your guys' turn to tell me if you think it's evil, because I can't really say it's evil since I told my mom to do it yesterday. So I can't say anything.
I'm not going first. Go ahead.
I think everything he's doing is intentional. I'm sure he did it for a reason of, I don't know, he doesn't need more views, so I'm not sure why he did that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. I mean, if they'll accept it, they'll resell it, who cares? That's my thought.
I've done plenty of times on my channel that I didn't think would be contentious at all.
Yeah.
That ultimately people took huge issue with. Like whether it's offering too little for a game or like trying to negotiate too hard for things, or I can't remember. Oh, the most recent one was I misstaked the name of a handheld in a short, actually. Got roasted for it.
Yeah, welcome to TikTok.
It was a 3DS XL, and I called it a 2DS XL. Because
how dare you?
Yeah,
it doesn't even fold.
No, I called. Is it Ninjago? Right? I called it Ninjago. Oh my gosh, I had 7,000. Oh, is it no? It's Ninjago. I called it Ninjago because I thought the J was fancy.
Because of your Spanish degree.
Yeah, exactly. I called it Ninjago.
Spanish ninjas, you know.
Exactly. I called it Ninjago. And the place went wild, dude. They do not like that. It's great, though, for retention
where
and
you
views.
know you've really made it is when you do that stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it drives up the cut. Then you're there.
The only time I ever do that is like when in an edit or something, Riff misspells something, and I'm just like, leave it. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're brilliant if you go up to a table full of like PS2 games and you got Wii games and you've got like some $200 Nintendo GameCube game right there, and you scoop up all the other ones and leave it right there and buy it. Then you put that on TikTok, and it's going straight to the moon. You just leave the best game on the table.
Oh, yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah. Especially if Caleb did that, because he knows better. He knows better.
Yeah.
Dude, his channel would die. How could he not know that? I'm never watching again.
Yeah, I get enough of those comments without doing it on purpose that I feel like I don't really need to.
I'm sure there's plenty of know-it-alls that are just like constantly in there.
Dave, if you need this for the title or for a thumbnail, let me say something about how I disagree with what Harold did from here. Just cut.
That's
right
a good
here.
idea. You get like kind of mean about it too.
Harold's strong breeze.
Yeah. I can't even believe what he did, dude. That was so despicable. It was terrible. Like, to do that on his YouTube channel, he has so many followers, so many people that look up to him, and he's doing that's pretty much theft. That's theft.
Stealing.
Is it not theft?
I agree.
That's
it's
theft.
totally stealing. He's a
that's
terrible
theft, and he
monster.
filmed it. He filmed it.
He's just like proud of his
and he's
sins.
making money off that. Oh my gosh, dude! Cancel Harry Tornado. Cancel him.
Wow.
Cancel him.
Oh my
Do
gosh.
it. Okay, there we go. Is that good?
Dave, down in North Carolina, my uncle has been telling me this for years. He will literally go pick up stuff all the time, brand new in the box, and he'll take it to Walmart, take it to Lowe's, take it to wherever, and get his money back. I've never done it because there's nobody up here that has brand new stuff that I can take back. But I probably wouldn't do it, to be honest with you, just because more of the time than anything else. But I'm sure you've run into that stuff.
Well, you can't do it too much because they take your license, all these stores now, and if you do too many returns without receipts, they'll just block you. They'll say, no, you're not allowed to do any more returns. So it's not really a viable reselling path, but if it's something that you can do. I mean, I don't know. Guys, comment down below. Let us know how you think we're monsters, that we're not yelling at Josh.
I don't think it's a big deal. I honestly don't. If it had the tag, they can resell it. It's a corporation that makes billions of dollars. Does it really matter?
Caleb, you got to come across, well, when you're out there at yard sales, which you don't do a ton of, but negotiating with kids. So if you ever got, like, I'll do, like, if I'm talking to a kid, I'll pay for the item if it's going to sell. But sometimes I'll negotiate with a kid because holy moly, people
they get
will
mad
come
when you
in,
do
like,
that.
they
Yeah,
get mad.
Yeah,
even if
just give him what he wants.
Yeah.
I've never done that on the channel. I'd be scared.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple times.
Like, you're trying to cheat this kid out of money. You're gonna flip it. Blah blah blah. I don't
it's
like,
worse.
I'll buy it or I'll not buy it, but.
It's worse. They yelled at me for paying what a kid asked for. You should have given him more than $1. Well, he said $1. And so I gave him $1. And they're like, oh, he's a kid. He doesn't know what $1 is. I'm like, well, then he doesn't know what $5 is. Whatever. Yeah. Like, if he doesn't know one, he doesn't know five. It's ridiculous. So, listen, we got a couple new reviews on the podcast. I like to read the reviews on iTunes because it helps motivate people.
Here too.
Okay, and so I'm going to see if there's any negatives. Usually if they're negative, it's about me, Caleb, and if it's a positive, it's about Kevin. Let's see if that rings true here. Train wreck. It's like watching a 90-minute train wreck, and I can't stop watching it. It's great listening to jabs at other resellers and jokes about reselling. Seriously, it's fun and a nice break from normal reselling content. And then we got one, that was from Why So Serious Resellers. Then Punisher said...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hilarious podcast with informative content. Hobo Ninja and O'Doyle rules. O'Doyle does rule. This podcast is for anyone who wants to laugh, needs to learn about reselling, or just generally needs to get away from stress. Also, everyone needs a straight man. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Carrie and Dave, for the potty humor and laughs. Hey, that's what we provide.
These are far too nice. These are far too nice, man. What are we paying these people?
Yeah, I like the mean one. I like how the copyright on the podcast says copyright at NC Picker. It's like it's copyrighted by me. That's
I know, cool. Considering Kevin handles all the money. I mean,
and doesn't ever give us any of it. But when he keeps telling us,
when you guys are trustworthy enough to have some, I will send it along with some stickers.
That's what my wife says. Money too.
Caleb, are you done with this bit here?
Yeah, that's all the reviews. I just wanted to read the reviews.
So, Caleb, since you're younger and you mentioned Gary V, what do you think about NFTs? Because I get ridiculed daily on here. I mentioned doing a comma picker NFT, and I'm a little scared because my audience is old, but I think it's something that maybe you could do down the road. And I've got an NFT comment, but I want to get your picture of the whole Gary V NFT thing, and where do you think it's going?
So I think that Gary V has a lot of really good things to say. I think he has made the best yard sale vlogs that exist on the platform. I haven't watched him as much recently because I'm not as on board with the NFT stuff.
Man, I'm out here on
yes, I love it.
Also, I'd be nervous to ever do an NFT thing myself, just knowing in this climate the kind of stigma they have.
Yeah, seems predatory.
I was kidding. I haven't even said this yet, but it was gonna be for charity. But I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even going there now.
Yeah, right, I mean, and you do tons for charity. I think the way that you're doing it right now is probably best because attaching the NFT name to it is going to make it more contentious than it should be.
See, I take all the money I was going to give to Dave and Carrie, and I donate it to charity. And
I did. I looked up that Isaiah house you're always donating to, and it looks like the founder's Kevin Brown in Virginia. I don't know what's that all about.
Let's see. All right, the goal is the exact amount for those solar panels. It's really strange.
Buy me a solar panel launching
This
soon.
is how, Kevin, you got to ditch the NFT things to get your crowd, to get your people excited. Remember back in the day when banks used to give you those brass covered wagons with the name of the bank on it? Just put Commonwealth Picker on a brass covered wagon. Sell those. I think it would be hot. I think people would love it. They'd be moving aside the Avon stuff on their shelves. They'd be putting your bank right there.
Caleb, last show I talked about, hey, what could you, the NFT would be tied to a utility, and like the top one would be like, I will fly to you and I will go out garage selling with you on a Saturday morning. And so Chad left a message. He said, so let me get this straight. If I'm on the top tier of Kevin's NFTs, he will fly to Pennsylvania and yard sell with me. So basically, he gets the privilege of getting all the great deals from under my nose in my own backyard, and I have to pay for it. Sounds like a great bargain.
Well, your other plan was they buy your NFT and they get a coupon to buy more crap from you on eBay.
I know.
I think you need to brainstorm this a little harder.
Well, what I failed to mention was I would go there in yard sale. I would give it to the person I was there. I'm not taking it home. What if it's in Arizona? I'm not flying that stuff home.
You might,
anyways,
Joe.
I thought, Chad, that was a brilliant comment. I like it.
That's what he says on camera, guys. That's what he says on camera.
Hey, Caleb. Okay, so I want to see if you can guess what I sold this for, because this is your niche, right? This is your challenge.
Oh, boy.
Today I sold a game, Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition Nintendo Wii Complete. Go.
This is terrible. You can't put people on.
But I'm pretty sure that's a $50+ game.
Yeah, that's right. Carrie, you want to hone it in for him?
Come on this show here if you're going to grill people like that.
Carrie's going to hone it in. He's going to get it on the money. What is it, Carrie?
65 plus ship.
Ooh, you're close. A little higher. Kevin, last chance.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
A video game. It's more than 65.
It's a Wii. It's like Atari.
$69.99 plus ship. $69.99.
I was gonna say 60, honestly. So you were closer to me.
$69.99. I thought that was a pretty. I paid like nothing for it, and yeah. See, and if I was Caleb and paid next to nothing for it, I would have gotten it. Because I suck, though. They're just like, yeah, Dave has no clue he got a good game. He accidentally got a nice little profit. Dude, I when I first started out, the biggest thing I was doing, especially when I started going hard in like 2011, is I was going to Best Buy, buying brand new games with like my gamer club, and then I was opening them up and trading them into GameStop for like 3 times as much store credit. And then I'd get games from GameStop. I'd go to Target and trade them in, because back then Target was trading video games for even more store credit. It's just like this whole circle of retail arbitrage, like none of it was super taxable.
So Caleb, how has that changed
it was all
for
gift
y'all?
Cards.
I know that's a huge change. What do you talk about? The store credit and the whole GameStop thing. How's your sourcing changed in the last, say, 3 years?
So a couple.
And if you don't want to give away this stuff, I know there's some things you kind of don't mention everything about.
I'm pretty open about pretty much everything that I do. I mean, I show like the stores that I go to and network with. I show a ton of stuff that I'm buying and selling. I don't play a whole lot very close to the chest. I used to do more GameStop online arbitrage than I do now, partly because GameStop stopped running these like big sales that I was taking advantage of, and also partly because they just send a lot of games with no cases and games that don't end up working. And like it was more of a hassle than I really wanted to deal with. So that has definitely been a change. The direction that my inventory acquisition is going right now that I really like is towards more large purchases. So the bigger the channel grows, the more opportunity I have to buy people's collections, or the more like video game stores or like vendors I'll make a connection with that'll sell me a lot at once, but my margins are smaller, but I'm kind of okay with it because it's, maybe $8,000 worth of stuff.
I've had those opportunities, and that's why it's a different niche. I've had those opportunities be presented to me more and more over the last 6 months than I've ever had before, but I haven't done any of them. I haven't done any of them because I shouldn't say that. When I had done a few private picks in the past, they don't perform as well. My audience doesn't like it as much, but I don't think that's your audience. I don't think your audience, for the most part, does what you do. Would you say that's, a very small portion of your audience does what you do, resells video games, compared to your audience?
It depends on what you mean by does, because I think at least 60% of my audience collects video games.
Right.
And that's part of what I do.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a part of the reason the channel has grown as well as it has, because before I really resisted the collecting part of what I like to do. I was like, this is Phoenix Resale. I want everything to be primarily reselling focused. I don't want to feel like I'm giving in to all these people calling me a fake gamer and like nonsense like that. But the reality is embracing that side has been relatable on a deeper level to a large.
What about Instagram? Because I don't see you. I don't know what your growth is like on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm taking the conversation with these two guys, but I'm curious because I see the people on Instagram I see growing very quickly are people who are either collecting something. I've mentioned this on the show before about people, you can start an Instagram and you can niche it down and it can grow pretty big. But I see a lot of people who are collecting 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things or an era or toys, and they're growing huge on Instagram as opposed to, say, YouTube. So I think it's, collecting is a huge market we're missing. Wake up, Dave.
Oh, sorry.
That's really interesting. I totally neglect Instagram. It's almost like I'm bad at it.
Well, I think anytime with video games, like if you're a collector, you're a reseller of video games. I mean, that's how I got in. Like, one of the main things that got me into reselling is I needed more video games to play, and I didn't have any money. And so the only way I could do it was like find a way to take the other games I have, turn them into money for more video games, and back and forth and back and forth. Like, GameStop has created a bunch of little resellers of video games, generally getting screwed if they're trading into GameStop, but they eventually come wise to that and figure out, I can sell this on eBay. And frigging every gamer has an eBay account just so they can sell Horizon Zero Dawn because they beat it for more than the pittance that GameStop's going to give them, right? Obviously, with digital games coming up, that's going to become less and less a thing, but I think, Caleb, any gamer is also sort of a reseller if they're collecting. They kind of have to be.
Yeah, what I always say is the 2 ways to have a large retro game collection these days is to be a trust fund baby or to be a reseller.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Like, it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, video games are getting, especially retro games, are so expensive now.
When I started this, I tell us, I'm an old guy, like 2000. I would go out on a Saturday morning. If I didn't come home with 5 NES systems, it was a bad day.
Yeah.
A bad day.
Yeah, and that's why some people like Carrie get into, junk wax collecting, because he doesn't need any money for it. He just can buy like 50 cards for $3 at Savers.
Yeah. No, but it's
He did it today.
Yeah.
He did it today.
No, I didn't buy those.
You didn't buy any of them?
No.
You had a whole bunch that you were like really sweating.
It's half off tomorrow.
FlipCon.
Oh,
we gotta get to FlipCon here. So FlipCon, Caleb, what's the deal? Is this thing gonna be good or what? I know Carrie's there, which makes me question
Caleb,
the whole thing.
I know nothing about optimization. I mean, I said yes, but I don't know what.
I was on that. They switched to me, thankfully.
When you think FlipCon, think Firefest.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what Firefest is.
You're the jaw rule of this, Caleb.
Like 2 out of the 3 people that
I'm
joke
too
has
old for
played
this.
it all.
I'm not going.
I'm as old as Kevin, I guess.
I love Firefest. I went, man. Yeah, it was a festival done by Ja Rule and some other people that was going to have all these people come to it, an island. Nobody showed up. There was, there's no food. They were stuck on the island. It was awesome. There's a great documentary.
No. What the best part of it was all of these. It was super well branded, super oversold. It was all of these
like Al Capone's vaults for us old people,
like entitled kind of types that were showing up there thinking that it was Coachella on an island, but in reality they got there and it was a bunch of like survival tents and hand sandwiches.
Dude, did they hunt them? Did they hunt the people? They were like hunting them and killing them and stuff, like in the past with John Leguizamo.
Game. That's a different storyline.
Okay.
So, are you saying the Charlotte Sheridan, which we all got rooms at, is akin to a survival tent?
I got the Circus Charlotte. That's right.
I love it, man. I'm gonna go visit.
Froggy. If we need tents, I'm going to stay with Froggy somewhere down there. I trust
they're
him.
Gonna pull a sheet off the sign, and it'll be the Motel 8 rather than the Sheridan.
As long as they make my towels into animals, I'll be okay, because that's a big deal for me. I want a towel that looks like an animal on the bed. That's all.
Josh will be selling corners of that outbuilding out back and be like, all right, your sleeping bag over here is $100 a night. You got it all. And they have like lines down there. That's what it's going to be.
Okay, so guys, if you haven't signed up for FlipCon, it is coming in August. Do you know the dates? I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
24th and 25th. It's a Wednesday and Thursday, so it's very much geared towards like resellers who do it vocationally.
That's why is Dave coming?
I think.
Dude, I'm taking a week off work. I'm going to get fired for going to this stinking thing.
I love it. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'll hopefully be there a little bit early as well. But yeah, we're going to have, I think, like 15 or 16 guests from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, some of the big reseller names. And we'll have four or five panels, hour-long panels. That's a lot of Q&A and like some loose discussion about topics, but I told all you guys, if you don't like your topic, you don't have to. You can talk about Furbies for a while if you want to.
I'm just gonna say optimize a lot.
Optimize.
The key to optimization is to optimize.
And I'm gonna dress up as Optimus Prime, the optimizer. Hey, and you know what, guys? The nice thing about FlipCon is it's no longer the most expensive convention. Reseller Remix has now topped them at most expensive convention.
Oh, what's theirs?
$345. So
a lot of people have actually. I don't know if it's a lot of people, but I've seen some people discussing that it's way too expensive.
Inflation, baby.
I'm glad that you brought it up, because I think I just have a very different mindset when it comes to that thing.
That's just because you're disgustingly wealthy, but yes, go on.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Right earlier, that's me.
Yeah. His lawyer wife paid for the ticket.
Yeah, she sued a few people and
good, perfect.
But so first of all, at this point, we're just about at break even for the event.
Nice.
I was gonna say you're gonna lose money.
Well done, man.
Think that we're raking it in.
Mm-hmm. What you need is American Bubble Boy to sponsor, since we're an hour and 15 minutes in and we haven't mentioned the sponsor of this video.
Kevin,
American Bubble Boy.
He was getting in a groove and you just interrupted him, dude. That's
you
rude.
interrupted the one and only Phoenix Resale. Okay, go on.
Good. Contractual obligation has been met.
American Bubble Boy, please do sponsor us.
Joel, come on.
Yeah, Joel, come on.
Sponsor is List Perfectly. But we, that's not a competitor, so we definitely would.
It's
and also
our competitor.
help us to make money rather than just breaking even, and that'd be cool.
Dude, Kevin, you could probably set that up. Kevin's like boys with Joel.
I don't know.
Could probably make it happen.
I don't think he likes Josh. Sorry.
Oh, that's me.
Dude, I'm just making that up. Not a thumbnail. I'm just making that up.
Kevin,
maybe he doesn't like me. I don't know.
American Bubble Boy hates Harry Tornado.
I'm trying to get him to sponsor my September, my Uncle Mark's garage sale down in North Carolina.
Dude, if he's going to sponsor your garage sale, he should certainly sponsor FlipCon.
I'm going to have the first sponsored garage sale in American history. I'm going to. It's all right. I've already got one, and I'm working on the second.
I can't believe
sponsors.
I love it.
At the garage sale. It's going to be good stuff.
Sponsoring a garage sale, dude.
What cost are they covering?
Nothing you won't monetize.
We're having food. We're going to have like swag bags, IKEA bags full of stuff. We're going to have free food, free drinks, Bad Cat Coffee Company drinks. It's good. All right, back to FlipCon. He'd like to make some money.
Yeah, so what I was saying is I think I just have a very different mentality from some others when it comes to putting money into stuff like that. Like, there's a YouTuber convention that's happening in September that's $1,000, and I was like, I didn't think twice. I was like, this is going to be so worth. If this makes me a 1% better YouTuber over my lifetime, that's going to ROI in maybe a few years.
Where is
that?
So
that's a lot of money. Wow.
Where is that happening?
Los Angeles.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
they just
Is it
had.
VidCon or did they
no,
just have
that's
VidCon?
VidCon's in June.
It's Summit.
Okay.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Which I heard about from Josh. He went last time, and apparently it was great.
I saw the video he did. Yeah, that was a pretty good video.
Are you gonna do a thumbnail panel while we're there in FlipCon for us? You can do a thumbnail panel.
No, I'm gonna get on a call with him next week. I need
Patreon.
this fast. As soon as he's back from wherever he's shooting.
Anybody who comes up and asks me, if you just want to take a half hour off to the side, I'll 100% go through your thumbnails with you.
For $200.
I don't want to make my I'll have a 20 or 30 minute chunk.
We'll have a booth,
but I don't want it to be. I don't want to be too YouTube focused, because I want the majority of people who are there. And that's definitely my temptation, right? Because I spend a lot more time thinking about thumbnails, honestly, than I do about how to resell more stuff.
That's why I like Reseller Rally. Reseller Rally had a good mix. A lot of YouTube, a lot of reselling, and had a really good vibe, really good mix to it. I like that.
Yeah, I loved it.
So Caleb, if you had to say 3 reasons, okay, so let's say Kerry has $350. That's all he has for fun money this year. For the next 12 months, that's all he saved up.
Very generous.
He has to choose the Reseller Remix or FlipCon. What are the 3 things you'd say to him to try to convince him that Reseller Remix sucks and FlipCon is great?
Wow.
I actually would only say one thing, which is go for Reseller Remix.
Oh,
Oh,
you've got the
yeah,
extra
dude.
$50. You might as well. It's in
Yeah,
Vegas.
That's true.
seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
that's more bang for your
First of all,
buck over there.
Caleb,
I don't
that's
want that
not
pressure.
true. He made more
Well
than that on his
deflected. That was
live.
well done. I like that.
He got more
There goes
super
my chance
chats
at a
on his
thumbnail.
lives. He got $150 in super chats for making animal noises on his live.
That's
last
true.
night. So he's
That's
got plenty
true.
of money. He can do.
Dude,
either
yeah,
one.
you got like $60 in super chats for making absolutely ridiculous dolphin noises.
Yeah, I was just Caleb gets the reference. That's good. Yeah, no, I just my dolphin turned into me like whispering stuff into the microphone. It kind of evolved throughout
Just
the night.
skip to 2-hour mark and watch me and Carrie just completely humiliate ourselves. We kind of went off the rail there. It was pretty bad.
It was fun. We weren't
Okay,
even drunk.
one more thing to talk about, especially since Caleb is here. Okay,
Yeah.
do you have anything you want to say about the pushback that we see to us, to Kevin, to Carrie, then to Josh, and I'm sure to you as well, about the prices some reseller YouTubers get for their items on Whatnot? Right, a lot of items on Whatnot, if you have a big influence, are selling for greater than eBay value. We've already kind of shared our opinions, and we'll let you go first, though, so that you can kind of tell me what you think about it.
You don't want to influence me.
I don't. I want your just
That's
raw
a great
opinion.
question. I think that, and this actually is something that is probably, well, I don't know for sure, but it's a very big point of contention in the video game space. Because there are a lot of people who are already kind of salty. There's a somewhat toxic, like, OG collector crowd that hasn't gotten over the fact that they now can't go to yard sales and pick up 5 NESs in a day. They're very upset that their hobby has gotten
Did
so
he
much
just
more
call me a
expensive.
salty OG?
Yeah, he did.
And
He did.
Yeah, Kevin types. Let's
Kevin
just say
types.
that.
Yeah, Kevin-esque folks.
Male
They
Karens,
just
yes.
like to sort of be crabby all the time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Krabby, you got Mr. Crab on your banner.
Yeah, I mean,
on
I'm the
YouTube.
ultimate crab
You're
man.
very,
Anyways,
very defensive, Kevin. Go ahead.
there's a large contingent of people who are really upset at how expensive the hobby has gotten and like to pin that on YouTubers or resellers or, God forbid, both. And when they see Whatnot and stuff going for even more than market prices, like, they get whipped up into a frenzy. And they're like, these YouTubers are exploiting people, they're e-bagging, scamming, scalping, blah, blah, you know, all the terms.
E-bagging. I've never heard of that, but I like it. I'm going to try to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Kevin's, I think, a king of e-bagging.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm giving him more ammunition here, Kevin. But yeah, I would say two main things. One is I wouldn't put, actually just today this was part of a video I was doing. I had an auction for a single game that was a like $15 GameCube game that ended up going for $21.
Okay.
Wow.
A little bit over regular eBay value.
How do you sleep at night?
I know.
Monster.
Honestly, tonight to make up for it, I'm going to fast. But so people will see something like that and they'll get upset. And I would say I would put that kind of purchase into the same category as like a super chat, you know, or a Patreon. And I would say I would challenge those people who say that that's exploitative, that if you believe that, also have to believe that any kind of Patreon or super chat or creators being funded in any way from their viewers as equally exploitative. And if you don't, you're contradicting yourself.
Like, buy me a solar panel.
Buy me a cabin. Buy a piece of the shed. No, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
The only other thing that I would say is to assume that
he speaks a lot like Obama does. Do you remember how Obama used to have that wisdom pause where he was searching for the right? It's good. No,
He's trying to
It's actually early onset Alzheimer's.
It's like a
but go on.
politician. Here.
exactly
He's being
buffering.
He's being thoughtful. Let him be thoughtful, Kevin. Okay. It's nice to have a thoughtful person on here once in a while.
Rare.
I would say that to say that the Whatnot community is being exploited by these prices is, I think, to do them a disservice, to do the buyers a disservice, to assume that they're just blind sheep who have no idea what they're buying and what prices they're paying. When in reality, like, if somebody's paying up for something, it's either because they feel like it's somehow special to get it like from one of their favorite creators, and like
Signed.
that means more to them to do that, or they're doing it out of the generosity of their own heart as a means of supporting people.
No, that's totally true.
And so I think that I get a little bit defensive on behalf of the Whatnot community on there, because it's a bunch of like really great and generous folks. Actually, I would say probably 50+% of the time stuff will sell for under market value for me rather than over. It depends a lot on what it is and how specific. But anyway, those are my.
But I mean, I've seen like, well, first of all, let me start where you were. I agree. There's most of the stuff I buy from Carrie is just because I want to support Carrie or Kevin. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the item. I'll get the package. I bought like 5 hats from you for way too much money, like $50 or something like that.
I paid $8 for a can of expired organic beans from you, dude. It cost me $7.
You sold my Animan on Whatnot.
Were they really expired, Carrie?
I'm pretty sure they're expired. They're like from the 90s, dude. I'm gonna still eat them, but jeez, bro.
Hold on. How much did that Animan go for? I'm curious.
Yeah. How much did you get?
I think I sold it for like $46 or $36.
But that wasn't an original Animan. That was
the new version that he has on his website right now.
That I sell for $24.
Caleb's gonna sell his on Whatnot.
Do it.
Hold on a second. What version is this? How much can I get for this?
That one you'd probably get 50 for if you put him on Whatnot. Yeah,
do it.
It depends on who's in the audience. You could get
my viewers might be a little young.
Yeah, they might not really get it.
You're gonna really need that 7% of women to show up for that. I think that's like.
Kevin officially, because of his audience, is now selling real enemas on his store.
No, I've got a Whatnot set up. I've got nothing but Tupperware lids, all signed and numbered, and we're going to Whatnot them. We're just going to let them roll. I'm just kidding.
You should do that. You should do that.
So the other thing about Whatnot, before we move away from it, is when I've gone on some video game streams, Caleb, even with tiny people, like with no following, right? They're not tiny people, like they're not dwarfs or anything, but they have, well, they might be dwarfs. That's not that there's anything wrong with that, but no, they just don't have a lot of followers, but their stuff is still selling sometimes for above eBay value.
Lesser
on Whatnot, just video games. That's the only category I see it happening most often. It doesn't always happen, but I feel like video games, the category, maybe cards, Carrie. You watch a lot of card stuff. A lot of times they're selling for more than they're worth on Whatnot on eBay. I think that's a really interesting phenomenon. And maybe it's just because you're like passionate and you're in the moment and you want to win it and you're trying to beat the guy. Like,
well, if you're a small Whatnot account, you probably have a bunch of fervent people who come to all your shows. You know what they like, and you're dishing up what they like, so they may pay a little bit over. I think that's possible.
Well, but okay, so I'm sorry. I don't know where I heard this. I think I was listening to Mikey Bags of Money's live stream where he was walking around Vegas. Or maybe it was the one with Sonny talking about these breaks, selling breaks of cards, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
And oh man, someone was saying
John on Paul's show.
I don't know. I just saw someone saying something where like maybe it was Carrie. I don't know who it was. I talked to too many people, but someone was doing something where like the best. Was that today on this? I'm having a stroke. Someone was doing a thing where, Carrie, maybe it was with you on the phone. But anyways, someone was selling batches of video games. Maybe it was Retro Rick. Selling batches of video games where the most it could possibly be worth is $500.
Yeah.
And every single one was selling for $500. Every single one, but only like one was worth $500. So like, and that's straight gambling. Like I just don't really know about the gambling.
With sports cards, that's called a pull game, and you get like 30 spots, and you pick between 1 and 30. And there's like a chaser card. They're pretty, those are kind of.
But they're doing that
honestly.
with other stuff. I mean, I saw Rally Roots do that with T-shirts, for goodness sake. I mean, they're doing it. Basically random.
I guess my question is like, there's a lot of regulations around gambling. Isn't there eventually going to be some sort of reckoning where it's like, yeah, this is gambling. You can't do it because you're not licensed to, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like eventually there's some of this is a little bit sketchy.
With sports card breaking, I think eventually there could be some stuff like that happening, and it's going to affect the big breakers really.
Well, like you're scamming people all the time with the breaks, like. Yeah.
Nah.
Carrie buys the break thing, and he pays $50 for the pack, and he's like $10 for a spot. He sells 3 spots. He buys 2. He loses $20 every time. I don't even know.
It's awesome,
but he gets more cards in his collection, so it's a win.
No, I usually make money on the breaks, but sometimes I don't because they don't all sell out because you have to stick to a price. It's I don't love doing them, but people enjoy them.
I remembered, guys. It was Triple Thrift's podcast from 3 weeks ago. They were talking about Retro Rick getting all these $500 game bundles. I finally
there's a
figured out
great
where
example right there where he's he's a reseller, but I mean it's really about collecting and just the whole aura of that era right there, and his stuff blows up huge. Get outside of just the reseller niche, and you can do that for sure. But he sells a ton. Matter of fact, I think he was, Caleb, you might know this. Wasn't he like one of the very first to get the whole $10 thing, move people over to Whatnot, and just blew the thing up? I think he was one of the very first YouTubers to go over there and do Whatnot. I think, pretty sure. I'll have to ask him. He's going to FlipCon, I think.
He started about a month before me. I don't know if he's going to FlipCon or not.
So is that you officially saying you're better than Retro Rick at video game flipping? Is that what I'm hearing? Thumbnail? Thumbnail?
Any day. Please put that in the thumbnail. It's not close.
It's not even close.
Now, you've been picking with him before, right? I think I've seen
it. Yeah, he's not a reseller.
Really?
He's a worship pastor.
Oh, wow. So is he wearing jean shorts?
Worship pastor, YouTuber, then reseller, sometimes on the side, pretty much just because of Whatnot. He he sold 20 things on eBay.
Wow. Wow.
That's like Dave.
Shots fired.
Retro Rick is a fake, says Phoenix Resale.
So Dave, now you can rewind the show and you'll get the jean joke in Retro Rick that I said an hour ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch it.
Jokes. They gotta be funny, Kevin. They gotta be funny.
Yeah. No.
No, we can whip our eBay accounts out and measure it.
Yeah.
That's a good short right there.
Okay.
That is a good one.
Salty. Caleb is like vanilla ice cream. I thought he's like me. He's getting all salty on this.
No, he's much better than you in every way.
Oh yeah.
I give, in case anybody.
Well, let's whip out our eBay stores and compare.
So much more young, so much younger, so much more vibrant. I love it.
In case anyone would misinterpret those, sometimes people don't realize that Rick and I are good friends, and that's why. And they'll be in the comments like, "What's the beef between Phoenix Resale and Retro Rick? What happened?" And it's just like, I would never say that sincerely about someone I actually disliked. I would be so quiet.
We say it about Paul and Kayla all the time.
Yeah.
We don't like
Yeah, I organically don't like them though, so there's that.
It's getting rough.
The hate,
so much theft.
The hatred makes it so much easier to dislike them.
I also don't like organic food, really. Really heavily.
It's a scam. It's a scam, dude.
Preserved food. Hey, that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you for watching. Caleb, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciated it. Let's talk about you replacing Kevin. We'll try to make that be like the future of the show.
I'll pay.
And we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.